So raise your hand if you remember the University of Virginia rape case a while back. I think it was back in December, a few months back. Rolling Stone published a harrowing account about how a girl named Jackie, not a real name, but the name that was used in the article, Jackie in quotation marks, she accused the members of the Phi Kappa Psi fraternity of gang raping her in an orgy rape initiation ritual for new pledges. Back in December, I made a video about the case called Feminism and Rape, Belief Without Evidence. In that video, I elucidated several reasons why Jackie's story just didn't make a whole lot of sense. First of all, Jackie told both the Rolling Stone and the Washington Post that one of the men who raped her worked at the campus fitness center. Records show that no member of the frat in question, Phi Kappa Psi, worked at that fitness center during the time of the alleged assault. Jackie claimed that she was raped at a frat party, but there was no party at that fraternity during the weekend in question. Jackie claimed that raping girls was part of the initiation ritual for new pledges for Phi Kappa Psi, but that frat doesn't even accept new pledges during the fall, which is when the incident supposedly took place. Jackie sent pictures. I have to kind of explain this one a little bit beforehand. In Jackie's account of events, she went on a date with this guy, and he took her back to his frat house, and then he's like, hey, it's kind of loud down here, you want to go upstairs? And they went upstairs, and that's, of course, when the 7 men pounced and raped. Now, Jackie sent pictures of to her friends during the date of the date, just saying, hey, I'm out on my date, look, here's this picture. The problem is the pictures that she sent, the guy in the pictures was not someone who attended the University of Virginia. He was an old high school classmate of hers, with whom she was barely even an acquaintance. Jackie's original story on the night in question, when she came back to her friends traumatized, was that several men had forced her to perform oral sex. She made no mention of being, thrown down on a glass table and raped, which is what she told the Rolling Stone and the Washington Post. Jackie claims that she was all bloody and bruised and beaten up by this incident. Her friends say that she was not. She claims that her friends told her not to go to the police. Her friends claim they told her to go to the police and that she was the one who refused. She says that her friends were completely callous because, of course, rape culture. Rape culture's in full swing. But in fact, her friends said that 2 of them spent the night with her to make sure that she was okay. Jackie told her friends the name of the boy that she was dating. No boy with that name was even attending the University of Virginia at the time of this incident. Well, the New York Times recently reported that the police had found no evidence that any rape took place and found several discrepancies in Jackie's story. Jackie herself, by the way, would not cooperate with the police. This is from the article. Despite numerous attempts, he said, his officers were unable to track down the man Jackie had identified as her date that night, and several interviews contradict her version of events. The chief said he was suspending but not closing the investigation, and he left open the possibility that some kind of assault might have occurred, saying additional information could come to light. Yeah, don't hold your fucking breath for that. I don't understand why this case is still open, honestly. This alleged victim is not at all credible. This would be like if the police reported to the scene of a robbery and there was a man they're saying that, this other guy stole my stereo. I just bought it at Circuit City 3 months ago. And the cop will be like, okay, well, Circuit City's been closed for years, and he has a receipt, and everyone in the neighborhood says that you just showed up screaming like a madman. You think they're honestly going to say, but maybe someone somewhere did steal a stereo from this guy? I don't think so. Now, some have called for Jackie to be prosecuted for lying and causing all of this uproar. After all, remember that solely based on Jackie's story, several new rules were added to the campus rule book, and the Phi Kappa Psi house was subjected to threats. There was rocks thrown through their windows. There was graffiti sprayed against them, calling them rapists. Now, with that in mind, I'm going to read to you a statement by a girl named Janie Nelson, who is a first-year student at the university. Something happened to her, I think. I don't know what, but she's obviously had some issues. I don't think there's a reason to charge her for anything. Even if the article wasn't completely true, it still brought a good point in the community and has still been important to making it a better place. I don't know what to be more indignant about. The fact that Janie still believes there must be some kernel of truth somewhere in Jackie's story. It's gotta be at least kinda somewhat true, right? Even though none of the details match up and she's been caught in like a trillion lies, there's gotta be some truth there somewhere. And hell, it's had such a positive effect on the community anyway. Yeah, the community that turned on a bunch of innocent people and threw rocks through their windows and spray-painted slurs against them on their fucking dormitory wall on the basis of an accusation that is shown to be false at every fucking turn. That's a positive fucking change in the community? Are you fucking shitting me? Are you brain dead, Janie? Maybe she's talking about some of the new rules that have been implemented for fraternities by President Teresa A. Sullivan of the university. She says that the fraternities are no longer allowed to have beer kegs at parties, and security must be present at all parties. That fucking really gets the party going. A bunch of fucking narcs everywhere, yeah. And at least 3 fraternity members have to be sober. Yeah, I'm sure that's something a lot of people be lining up to sign up for. I want to be the only one sober at a frat party filled with idiots. Yeah, that makes the fraternity experience, that doesn't diminish whatever fun people find in the fraternity experience at all. Let's impose some new rules and regulations against these guys because an accusation was made against them that has been proven time and time again to be false. Every crucial detail looked into. False, 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 across the fucking board. False! Has the entire world lost its fucking mind? Look, I'm obviously not frat material, but if I were, I think these rules would be kind of a fucking buzzkill. Even if the rape did happen, even if it was fucking true, what excuse would that be to impose new rules on innocent people who have done nothing wrong? It's like the feminist assumption that we need to teach men not to rape. Like, do you not see there's an underlying assumption there that says, yeah, all men just want to rape? It's natural for them to rape. Rape is just part of their fucking DNA. It's hardwired into them. We live in a rape culture. All men, just all day. Rape. Rape. Hey, Dave, how you doing? Rape. And these sorts of rules that are being proposed now actually have been enforced already at the University of Virginia. They make the same assumption. Men are just rape-hungry fucking monsters, just looking for fucking any excuse, any permissive enough social environment for them to just get their rape on. You show up at a frat, it's like, hey man, welcome to Phi Kappa Psi. We're gonna pound back some Steel Reserve, we gonna rape some bitches, and then we gonna watch some basketball, man. It's gonna be awesome. Maybe instead of men being taught not to rape, feminists should be taught not to make bigoted generalizations about all men. But then, of course, there would be no feminism, at least not of this latest strain of feminism, the Tumblr feminists, the Twitter feminists. And look, don't get me wrong. There are places in the world where misogyny is rampant and women are subjugated. And when it comes to those countries, I'm a fucking feminist. But here, in the United States, where there is no legal impediment to women having every single right that a man has, including the right to hold the highest fucking office in all of the goddamn nation, I don't see the big deal. Where is this massive, rampant discrimination? If it really existed, then why do most of the feminists today seem to be concerned about media representation, pretty much above all else? If there's real problems, there's real inequities, why are we focused on, are Lara Croft's tits too big or not big enough, or what's going on? What does that really say about womankind? I hope, against hope, that the UVA rape case gives feminists pause before they just run wild with any random rape accusation with no evidence to back it up whatsoever. I'm the Amazing Atheist. Peace the fuck out. Hello, I'm the Amazing Atheist, and if I get 100 Audible trials before the end of the month, the link to that is right down below, then I will review Left Behind, starring Nicolas Cage. And if you want to know how bad it is, the trailer for that is also down below. Now, with Audible, you get one free audio book and you get a 30-day free subscription. You can cancel anytime if you are not satisfied. There are many great books on Audible. Pretty much all the major atheist tomes are on there. If you're into the whole atheism thing, I don't know, man, that scene's kind of dead. Anyway, they're all down there. Check it out.